with Dr. G. I'm your host, Dr. G, and I'm so glad that you could keep our appointment. Tonight's going to be an exciting show full of matriarchs, sisters, mothers who are coming with an important message. Tonight I will be interviewing Prime Minister, National Grand Sheikess Durriyyah Imani Rashada Bey, founder of Daughters of Durriyyah Bey, and Sister Divinely Sah'Rah Maat Bey, founder of the Ladies of the Light and Sista Sistah Healing, and members Dr. Jazz and Sister Anu, who are going to present the forces of feminine energy. Get connected and stay connected. Now, the Daughters of Durriyyah Bey and the Ladies of Light have joined forces for the causes and problems in our community to uplift mothers and their daughters who have fallen into utter darkness and who have lost their way. The Daughters of Durriyyah Bey was created in 2012 by Prime Minister Durriyyah Bey, and Ladies of the Light and Sister Healing were created by Sista Sistah in 2015. Daughters of Durriyyah Bey and Ladies of the Light officially connected as a forceful unit in January 2022 and held their first annual retreat in March of 2022. The Daughters of Durriyyah Bey's domicile of naturopathic medicine, natural healing, divine spirituality, and law house is projecting to open officially in July of 2022. The Daughters of Durriyyah Bey is for sisters interested in the uplifting of fallen humanity under the divinity of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Here is where we come together as women, sisters, mothers, daughters, and goddesses under the holy and divine laws of the Prophet Noble Durriyyah Bey, all under the circle of the seven seals. Ladies of the Light is a community of empowered women of purpose on a mission to serve collective wellness of the world. The purpose as a united front is actually to bridge the gap between those who know they have the power to heal themselves and those seeking to be healed. They collectively seek to heal, guide, and protect all melanated women of Moorish African descent. Their goals are to reconnect with our ancestral heritage and take back our children, families, and communities to become one again. What better way to start than with our daughters through their Sister Healing mentoring program, which we are going to be discussing today. And excuse me, ladies, for putting that wrong banner up, but for the moment, that's your this is your banner, a beautiful banner showing the two I would say founders of the organization and a lot of the young ladies who are benefiting from this organization. I would like to welcome you all to the show. I'm unmuting you so that you can say hello to the audience. Welcome, 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 welcome. It's such a beautiful thing to have so many sisters, matriarchs here in one time. Welcome.
Thank you. That is good.
Yes. So I don't know who's going to start, but maybe we'll start with you, Prime Minister. You would be the obvious, the mother of a lot of what's going on, and please tell us more about your organization and the collaborative effort that you all collectively are a part of. And maybe we'll move over then to you, Sister Sah'Rah, and just have a roundtable discussion, because I know you really want to get information out to the community about what you're doing with the Sister Healing program.
Absolutely. So again, it's so wonderful to see you. Am I echoing?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's always good to see you, Dr. Nayela. Always good to see you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, and also just want to say, assalamu alaikum to my goddesses there. Walking them all to the call. So basically, what we decided to do with this work with Durriyyah Bey was, it's been established in 2012. When we got it off the ground, but we really didn't get enough sisters that were really interested in actively doing things, and so put it on hold for a while. But then I met Sarah, which is wonderful. She saw us on House of Reawakening Imani, where you make connection. and she decided to sign her children up in my online school.
Okay.
And that's how we met. And so, I mean, she was interested in being part of the Doors of Raleigh, and she had already started an organization called Ladies of the Light. So what we decided to do was collectively get both people together because we're both in the cause of uplifting and calling humanity. We're the cause of uplifting our sisters in any way we can. We'll bring our sisters together and work together to do this work. And it's better to have one than better two than one, right? So we definitely decided that she already had a group of sisters in her group, and we had a in our group, so we got together and just became one cohesive unit to go ahead and start working towards uplifting. So basically, one of the things that we want to talk about is, the best way to uplift us to heal us is through our daughters. Because the prophecy came for the young and the yet unborn. So that means those who are not here yet and those who are here that are still young, so we can actually work with them to fix now in their youth. And so that's where the system program comes in at. And so I'll turn it over to Rob for that portion of the talking about this healing program. And you look beautiful today, goddess. You all look so beautiful. Yes.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you so much, Dr. G, for having us. I'm so excited to be here and to be on this platform. I religiously watch this show, so I'm just excited to be here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here to talk about Daughters of Durriyyah, Ladies of the Light, and Sista Healing. It is a beautiful collection of women who know that we have the power to, help our youth to heal as well as ourselves. We focus on intergenerational healing with the family and the because we know through the children we can all heal, right? And so Sista Healing is a private network of volunteers through Daughters of Durriyyah and Ladies of the Light who have come together to help uplift fallen humanity. And what better thing to do than start with the children? We have children from the ages of 5 to 18, and we have them grouped by categories according to their development. We have the soil, we have the blossoming, and we have all the way up to the budding. And so we are just excited to watch our young ladies just grow from a seed all the way into full blossom. And through that, we bring the family together to assist in their development as well. So we could not do this without the parents, without the guardians. We focus on learning, healing, and growing as a collective. And we would not be able to do that without our network of beautiful women, Ladies of the Light, and Daughters of Durriyyah, because it's a network, it's intertwined. There are volunteers from Daughters of Durriyyah and Ladies of the Light. And we come together weekly. Every Saturday, we have a meeting for the young girls. And every Thursday, every last Thursday of the month, we have a meeting for the young boys. And we just come together and we uplift
I think, does it seem like we lost Sarah?
Uh, looks like someone said
She was
there's.
about to say every last Thursday of the month, they bring the mothers and daughters and grandparents, all intergenerational, together to meet and discuss different things and topics about how we can change things and work with things with one another. And actually, Anuka Moret, because she's working so closely with that program, she could go ahead and fill in where Sarah left off. There you are. We lost you for a
Thank
moment.
you. I apologize for that. I'm like, where did everybody go? Yes, Anu, please. Thank you.
You were doing so beautifully. Thank you. Honored to be here with you, Dr. Please pronounce your name. Anelia?
Not Ella.
Naila.
Not Ella.
Naila. Dr.
Easy.
G.
Dr. G.
Dr.
That's
G.
me.
And very excited to talk about the Sister Sister program. As Sarah said, every last Thursday, we meet together and we bring together the village, the feminine village of our young goddesses together so we can talk. And there's an exchange because there's always, what we see, what the young goddess is experiencing, and what their village around them, those that are with them most of the time. And there are very often topics that maybe they need support around. and we are able to step in, and whether it's mediation, bring erudition, or what have you, we're just there to strengthen the village. And that is the last Thursday of the month.
And now everything happens online.
Yes,
Correct.
it's a virtual.
So you have pretty much what's called a global village, a community that's. I believe you even have some young ladies who are not on this, maybe not necessarily in what we call the Mexum or America, but they're. Does it matter? I mean, we have
international.
So you have international.
International, absolutely. But before we go any further, I apologize. Let's just introduce everyone because I didn't really get a chance to do that. Everyone's probably, they've seen Dr. Jazz and myself. But of course, I'm the chair of Daughters of Drew Ali. You have Sah'Rah, who is the co-chair of Daughters of Drew Ali and also the founder of Ladies of the Light. You have Dr. Jazz, who's our treasurer for the Daughters of Drew Ali. And they have Anuka Moret, who actually does some counseling. And also she's one of the den mothers for the Sister program. And also works with Wellness Wednesdays on Daughters of Ladies of the Light. So I'm excited to have her too, because, on Wednesdays we need healing. And she's one of the ones, her and others, that have wellness programs every Wednesday. And so we want to welcome all those mothers and everything when we give our information out to please join in that healing. The whole purpose of our whole circle is the healing of our generational women. And that's from ages, I always say 3. And I know Sah'Rah want to choke me because I'm used to using age 3, but ages 5 to 18. And then of course further, but we're looking for the young women. And then as that, we can also heal the mothers, so we want to we're not leaving the mothers out, but we're just saying that when you come with your daughters, we can heal together. Because one of the things in our community we know is that we are broken, we are damaged, and we need to heal. And that comes to, the thought process. I always say, you think about when someone tells you that all of a sudden you're feeling well, but you might get an ache or pain. You go to the doctor, the next thing, oh, you got cancer. Well, all of a sudden you start feeling bad because you got cancer, you dying, your mind is going all kinds of ways. But before someone told you that diagnosis, you were fine. You just had an ache, right? And so a lot of times things is mindset. And so the one thing we need to do, and the prophet said it very eloquently, is about the mind. We have to get into the mindset of our people, and we have to change that thought process, that mindset. And we want to get the generation now, the young, because we know the Europeans come after our young children. They take the daughters when they're young. They take our sons and lock them up when they're young and condition them to those type of environments when they're young. So we need to change that very condition. And we know that mother is the way that things heal. Mother is the way. The prophet told us that when we're up, when we rise, the nation rise, because the nation can rise no higher than its woman. I mean, that's universally known everywhere. And so we have to start with our daughters. And, sometimes it takes the older women to get started, to bring the youth in, because the young minds of the daughters today, when I'm talking to some of these goddesses in school and, listening to their mindset, we need to work. We got to go to work. And so that's one of the things that we all collectively agree on is we got to go to work, and we have to learn so many things to heal ourselves. And so this is why this circle is so important. And of course, we have so many more of us that have different positions, but we just want to give a shout out to Makita, who's one of our secretaries, and also to Sakura, who's one of our secretaries, because we know they're both very shy. That's why they're not here today. But they help hold down the foundation of because the secretaries is where you get your orders through, right? So they help keep us on track with everything. But I just wanted to put that out there to make sure we introduce everyone. I want everyone to feel like, you can come and embrace and join us, because we have so much work to do. And we certainly appreciate you, Dr. Naila, for opening a platform, because with openings like this and platforms like this, without you, none of this would be possible for us to get the word out there. And what I love is the prophet said, in this electrified age, and you are using that electrified age. I mean, you're working out a prophecy. And so when you work out a prophecy, what could be better than that, So I just give much honor to you for that also today, because it's just truly important for us to get the information out there, because all of these platforms are mostly matriarchal platforms, and they're talking about garbage. Nobody wants to talk about the true problems in our society and who we are. No one wants to get together because we want to fight about different things that have nothing to do with the foundation of who we are. And so when we learn better, we do better. And so this is what we're all here. We're all learning, growing, and we want everyone else to come along and learn, heal, and grow with us as well. Sam?
I heard you say mostly matriarchal, but did you mean maybe patriarchal?
I mean no, I'm saying that most of the shows are patriarchal out there. None of them
Right,
want to talk about matriarchal information, right?
right,
Yes.
right.
So
Yes.
yes, correct me if I said it wrong. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. When you said, I think you said matriarchal or garbage. I think you meant patriarchal. But yes,
Oh, all right.
we're getting into our rightful place, and I'm glad to be amongst the
Yes.
ones that are trying to, put our part in, do our part to further, the awakening of our people. When we wake up, they wake up. When we rise up, the nation rises up.
Absolutely.
So
That's
the
right.
nation
Absolutely.
rise no higher than its woman. It's woman. So
That's
I'm so
right.
happy
That's right.
you all here.
That's right. So when people trying to keep us down, that's why, right? And we're the mothers of everything in civilization. So everyone knows they want us semi woke, but under the control of the master. So they're allowing us to marry their men right now so they can control the destiny, of where we go. That's one of the little key things they're trying to do now. Oh, so you're good enough to marry our men right now for a moment so we can control you because y'all getting out of hand right now. Y'all getting in offices and running things. We got to put a hole on that. That's where the thought process comes. When you've been doing this long enough, you can read the minds of those who have no interest. They don't have any benefit for you at all. And so we have to, keep eye on ourselves. We have to make sure that we're watching ourselves. And so we want to talk. This is why we have the online schooling too. I just wanted to put that out there too, that a lot of the connections we've had is through our online schooling. Again, we have to give much honor to you for running that banner and having me on the show several times, because mothers are realizing that their children have no place in this public school system, absolutely none. And they
I
need to
like
put
that. The
them in a
public
place.
school system.
Oh, that's what it is. It's a foolish system. It's a public fool system, absolutely. And it doesn't do anything for the betterment. Let me share real quickly. One of our young sisters today told me, she said, Prime Minister, before I came here, when I was in public school, I wasn't learning anything. She said, I could not comprehend nothing that they were talking about. So I was failing. And she said, I thought I was stupid. She said, now that I'm here, I learned everything. And she's one of our 4.0 students. I'm talking about Mia. She said that she really didn't think she was smart enough, and that's how they want us to feel, and so we should realize that that's what that school system is doing to our children, and stop making excuses of keeping them in there and get them out. And our school is universal. Of course, that we're international. We have people from Jamaica to Africa to Tobago. We have people from all over, in our school right now. And that makes us a global school. That makes us international. But that lets you know that our problem is international. See, it's not just here in the United States. It's an international issue. And that's why we have to speak to people on an international level. Absolutely.
Yes, yes, yes. Um, Dr. Jazz, it's so good to see you being so quiet over there.
Yes.
And let's smiling up
Peace and
so
love,
beautifully.
Dr. G.
Peace and love. So let's hear from you. I know you're
Well,
real busy with the school, but this is you've taken on yet another labor of love.
absolutely. And I'm so glad that I have all of these circles, all of these sister circles are all about supporting each other. And for our people out there who our family out there who does not know what a sister circle is, a sister circle is a sacred place where women, where the feminine, the divine feminine, because we have young ladies as well, can come together in high vibrations to empower each other, to connect, to heal, and to learn from one another, to be seen, to be heard, and to comprehend each other without recourse or judgment, to learn to live and respect ourselves as well as one another. That's the purpose of that's the core purpose of all of these circles, whether it's Daughters of Drew Ali or Ladies of the Light or Sister to Sister, is for us as the feminine to come together to support each other, to heal, to learn, and to grow. And that's exactly what's happening.
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. So let's talk about someone talk about some of the if someone listening has say a daughter, say a preteen, or that they would like to get involved with the program, what would be the steps in order to get their child involved? And I think you said it, but the mother is also invited mothers to be part of what's going on? Can you just tell us a little bit more in depth what goes on?
Yeah, so to be a part of Sista Sistah, all it takes is a thought and to reach out by email. We do have an application process, and once you fill out the application, you become a member of our platform because all of our young girls, their guardians, their female guardians, are there to support them along the way. So we have their full support. So once they fill out an application, and we like to know a lot about the young girl, where she's at, mentally, physically, and spiritually, because it's all important. It's really all one, it's not separate. But after we get them to fill out an application, we have the parents' involvement, and then they can start the program. We make the process very simple, and the program is actually free. So everyone here is volunteering. This is a volunteer program. No one's getting paid. Everyone is showing up because they want to be there. One thing that I wanted to say is that this program is child led. One thing that we do is we ask the children what they would like to see in the program, right? Because sometimes we think we know, but it's a lot different from what the children would actually like to see. And so, in order to get their full involvement, we do ask them what they would like to see in the program. We like to know what they like and enjoy, what things they like to do outside of school, to kind of incorporate that into the program so they can help lead. And so just like the online schooling for Moore's children, we do have our leads in the program as well to help to guide the program. And so our children have a mantra, and they help set up a Sista Sistah 12-week agreement that they've all agreed on to follow. And if I can, I would just like to first read our mantra and then read the 12 agreement that they came up with, because I'm just excited about that and I'm proud of them.
Please share by all means.
So the Sista Sistah mantra is beautiful, successful, and loved. I believe in the power of me. I am beautiful, successful, and loved. My fate is not based on what you see. Beautiful, successful, and loved. I believe in the power of me. I am beautiful, successful, and loved. I name it, I claim it, my mind is free. Right? So that's we say that every time we come together.
I think I need to listen. I'm gonna roll this back and learn that myself.
Right. I'll give you a copy. And another thing that the young girls came up with is the 12-week agreement, so we can all come together and respect one another. And since we're online, there is online etiquette, right? It's a lot different than being in person. And so the Sista Sistah 12-week agreement, these are all the things the young girls came up with. It's trust one another, care about everyone, believe in one another, keep our promises, be positive, come to scheduled meetings, always arrive 5 minutes early, coming right on time makes you late, cameras on at all times unless communicated with the den mother before class starts, headphones or earplugs required, participate, mute out when not speaking, and be nice to everyone. It's simple, right? And so that's what the young girls came up with. And we're really, really, really excited for them. In June, they are going to do a cook-off with Den Mother Anu, and they're really excited about that. They actually came up with that because all the young girls, they enjoy cooking. And so, not to tear up Mother's kitchen when they're at home, Anu is going to guide them step by step along the way, depending on their age levels. She's going to give them an assignment, and they are going to complete that. And it's going to be like a nice competition. And then the winner of that competition, they get to be in our newsletter, as well as share Wellness Wednesday with Mother Anu, right? So they're going to actually be a part of the Wellness Wednesday, because we like to merge all the organizations: Daughters of Durriyyah, Ladies of the Light, and Sista Sistah. So we just all come together to support these young ladies, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Well, that's awesome. I was thinking when you were reading the 12 agreements, or
12-week agreement.
12-week agreements. I'm sorry. The agreements, the first several ones, I was thinking I would like to post that on my platform for my chat participants. Those type of anyone's been on this platform, we need some chat rules. And I was like, wow, those sound amazing. These are grown folks need these, male and female. For those things. I mean, because we see the opposite so often. And again, when you think in terms of who is learning from us. Our children watch us, and particularly in the beginning, the first, they say 7 years, but I see 3-year-olds and 4. I know, Prime Minister, you're always saying 3-year-olds, because 3-year-olds today are like probably 7-year-olds when we were growing up. You know what I mean? As far as the comprehension, I mean, 2-year-olds, 1-year-olds have mastered the cell phone and iPhones and looking at TikTok and purchasing stuff on their parents' device. I mean, seriously. So we have these returning elders and ancestors that have come back in the form of these children. So they have some cellular memory, I believe, that is, reminiscent of their having been through this before. And it's like they're impatient with us because they already know it, but we look at them as these little people, but they're just in little bodies that are expanding, but there's a lot of wisdom in there. So to be able to, I'm sure, to take that into account, each age group, or even each down to the individual young lady's level, you've got to take into account where she is and what she needs. And I would take it that because you're doing an evaluation as far as an application, you use that to design what each young lady needs, or is it?
Yes, because each cohort offers something different depending on the age level. But the basic things that we do is these young girls are learning how to breathe. They're learning about breath work and how to control their emotions and what to do when emotions do arise. We're spending time with nature. In nature, we're journaling. We're speaking through things. We're setting intention. So all the things we do as an adult, we're teaching the young ones to do. So they're learning this as they grow, not become as old as we are and then learn how to do it.
Absolutely.
Right? So we're really, really excited about that. And one of our most exciting groups are the 8 to 11-year-olds. And that's one of the groups that Den Mother Anuka Moret runs. And her program is basically focused on planting a seed and watching it grow, whether that's in you or you're watching a plant, because, we all reflect one another. And if Anuka, you want to speak a little bit about that, I'm always excited to see what she has to offer each week, because it's always something special and unique.
Thank you, Sah'Rah. Yes, my group, because my area of expertise is plant-based medicine and plants, and also raising the next generation of farmers who's going to grow our food, because in a very short period of time, we're going to see how important that skill is. And the food that you eat physically, what you are consuming spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, where are you getting that from? You're going to be getting it from your youth. So in my group, that is our focus. As Sister Goddess Sah'Rah said, it's all about the process of growth. And one of the first things we learned was the seed. Well, first, let's back up even past that. The soil, where all the magic happens before you can even see anything erupt into the surface. We even have a group, our very youngest goddesses are in the level of the soil. And as women, we were the first cultivators of soil. And I think it's very fitting that we are cultivating these young goddesses now. But as I was saying, we started off with the seed and all that a seed has in store. If you know anything about seeds, a seed has in it everything it needs to survive until it gets roots, until it gets those first little leaves. And these young goddesses are taught, you have everything you need. It just has to be reawakened. You just have to remember that you have it. So that is one of our very, very first lessons. And it goes on right now. We have built little greenhouses. We have pressed flowers, because you have to be able to preserve the beauty. And just so many other lessons that we have with teaching our goddesses lessons in life, lessons in spirit, lessons in the physical world, all around what are you growing, what are you planting, because we do reap what you sow. So it's all about cultivating our highest nature, cultivating all of the things that we want to manifest down the road.
Absolutely. That's good. I was thinking when you were talking, I was thinking about the soil of intention. That you, like you said, you have something that you want to manifest, but where are you going to sow that, if you will, that intention? And again, we hear a lot about on the physical plane how the soil no longer has the nutrients and of the minerals and content and all of the things that it used to have. It's been contaminated by chemtrails and toxicity and all of the purposeful and accidental. But nonetheless, we don't have in 2022 what I was able to chug down when I'm in 1955. It's just not like that anymore. But intention, you can change something merely by your intention. I believe Prime Minister said earlier, she was talking about when someone feels kind of good, but they go to a doctor or some practitioner that's allopathic, and they get a diagnosis that's negative. All of a sudden now the soil of intention has now been stirred up, and you start to grow something that you didn't even know was there, simply because of agreement with things. And so it's the ones that survive that are the ones that have the wherewithal to say that may be your prognosis or diagnosis, but it's not my prognosis, because I'm going to change that. And so I see where you all are perhaps changing the soil in the lives, if you will, from a metaphoric standpoint, of these young women, because I see, and we all see, how they are being influenced to go completely, south, or if you will, of what I believe the Most High intended for young ladies. Now, when we were growing up, we had home ec and different things. We learned how to sew and cook and make little things. And even though it was kind of sexist, and I'm saying that because we can do anything. Young men can cook, and young women can, fix cars if they want. But the foundation was laid that at least, you had some basic survival skills. You know what I mean? So do you see yourselves as supplementing what has been taken away? Because over the years, a lot of things have been deemed unnecessary, and they're being replaced by is it what they call that, CRT and things like that they want, the issues of gender and sexuality and fluidity and everything else. Where do you all see yourselves in changing that narrative, if you will?
Well, if I may speak, it's all again about mindset, because even today our daughters have that Barbie mentality syndrome. You know, I even my granddaughter, as much as we encourage her and we're a loving family here, and certainly she has a very proud grandmother, she questions the way she looks. And I remember we were in the store last week and we were looking at dolls, and she said, "That doll doesn't look like me," which was a very, very dark doll. And I was like, "But Asha, this doll looks exactly like you." To her, the lighter doll looked better. And even today's mentality, this is what our children see, because when they're watching TV, when you're not watching on these YouTubes and things like this, they think anything else is better than they are. And so it's about changing the mindset of our children. Our youth, we have to do that. We have to let them know that the beauty, as Sarah was saying, is within them. It's not about what someone sees you on the outer, because if you have this, what they consider this beautiful outward appearance, but you have this ugly inner facing, then you're ugly all the time on the outside, because there's no beauty within. But if you feel beautiful in the inside and you can cherish that on the outside, it reflects all of that. And we want them to be reflections of the light. We want them to feel good. So our what I would say what our work is, my work is to make sure that our girls feel good about who they are, no matter where they are, what condition that they're in, that they feel good about themselves. Because again, your condition is by your mindset. If you have a negative mother who says you're negative, you're never going to be anything, you're just going to have these babies and etc, that's the mindset they're going to grow up in. But if you give them a mindset of saying these are things that you can do and you're capable of anything, and teach them what they're capable of doing, not just telling them but showing them, that they're capable of doing it by watching us. That changes the mindset of our daughters. I was talking today earlier where, I know you all hear about this baby formula thing going on, and you all that know me know about this baby formula thing here, where I'm headed. But they were talking about this crisis about this baby formula. And I'm just saying, this is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. So Sheikh Bilal was saying that they were having this conversation on Facebook, and one sister actually said, well, some of us can't breastfeed our children. So, that's why we need formula. And I'm saying that's all in her mindset. Because unless she's physically ill or incapable, there's no reason why she can't feed her child. But not only that, why can't you make your own baby formula? I told him I'm gonna go on Facebook and I'm gonna post, so y'all gotta have to watch out for me. I'm gonna post on Facebook, need baby formula, come see me. Because I make baby formula. You don't need these chemicals in a can. And that's exactly what they are. You can't even pronounce some of those words. They have no business going into the physical form. So already from birth, we're sabotaged. Because after we're born, we're giving chemicals to survive. We're given mentality to say that we can't survive. Do you know that most of your baby formulas are the beginning has high fructose corn syrup is the very first ingredient in some of them? It's nothing but sugar and chemicals. So our mind, and what areas do they give you? WIC, and they give the baby formula. Whose areas they get that in? Whose areas they get that free formula in? Well, you got the European woman who's nursing her children, right? And then they go get breast implants if they get tired of looking at what they're looking at. But our women are taught to not feed your child, but put them on baby formula. And then WIC programs promotes that. We'll give you WIC while you're pregnant. We'll give you WIC when your child is born, and we'll put your child on chemicals. All of these things have to stop. As women, as woman, as the feminine energy, the forces that we are, we have to come together and change the mindset of our communities. That's why it's the force where we talk about the force and the connection. Come connect with us, because we should not be going through these things that we're going through. I remember, just to tell you how our minds are not right. When I had my son, I had so much milk that I used to pump and donate my milk to Cooper Hospital. I used to donate my milk. We as mothers, if we're connected and there's a woman who's having problems feeding her child, and we're clean, right? Our bodies right, our diets are right, our thoughts are right. Why can't we get milk from other mothers to feed our children? Because you're taking some cow milk, you're taking some chemicals in a can, and you're feeding that to your child. Why aren't we connecting with one another and say, listen, I got more milk than I bargained for? Why don't we continue to pump our breasts and feed our own communities? What is wrong with us that we're looking to these people for formula in a can? Again, it's all about the mindset, and that's what we're trying to change. So as women, as mothers, because we're all mothers, as nurturers, we have to start with our daughter. Your daughter is my daughter. We have to have that mentality of the tribe. We have to have that real tribal mentality. Because yes, it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a whole community to create a village. So you have to have all of us together in unison working so and so. We have to let our daughters know that if your sister is in adversity over here, because the 25th chapter tells us about that. The prophet put it clear. In chapter 25, it says, if your sister is in adversity. So if we are in adversity, why aren't we assisting one another? Our mindsets are all about just your focus of yourself, because I'm lighter complected, I'm better, I'm darker complected, I don't matter. I'm a Christian, so I can't connect with you because you're a Muslim. I'm a Buddhist, I can't connect with you. We have all of these stigmas that break us up into parts of a puzzle. And we have to cohesively come back together.
Remember these pictures? Remember these pictures? I don't know if I can get it up close enough, but we had our women were wet nurses. Mm-hmm. We were nursing
for Europeans.
We were nursing for Europeans. So why can't we do it for ourselves? We were the ones.
Absolutely.
We were the ones putting the nutrients in their children that made them probably thrive where they probably couldn't have. But I do think, because so many women are discouraged from the nurse they're given, if they say, and they don't know the importance of it, and they say they're not going to nurse, they're given a shot or a pill or something that dries up the the milk. So they've been already shut down from the possibility. because that'll happen right in the hospital if they're not coming in already with the mindset that they're going to nurse. So they got something for that. They'll shut that down. So now that they need it, or they think they need it, now they have nothing. No, the well's dry.
Yes, absolutely, and that's that bothers me so much because our children are suffering. And it's all said, and so many different people have said it, from the lack of knowledge, nations perish. The information and knowledge that we have in our community towards one another, like what I can share with Sah'Rah and Anuka Moret and Dr. Jazz, what they can share with me, what you can share with us, that's a community building. If I can listen to what you say to me without taking it negatively, or getting an attitude about what you said, then we can communicate. So every time I say something to you, if you got your back on your shoulders and you're not trying to listen, you're not going to be able to hear. You got to break those walls down. That's what we trying to do. We breaking them walls down. We with the forces, we cracking them, breaking them down so we can communicate with one another. Because I don't care what condition you say, what religion you say you are and all of that. We are one Asiatic women. And so my thing is, if I can teach you who you are, you can teach me something. We have to connect, though. That connection has to be there. We have a vibrational circle that we do now every day at 12 o'clock, from 12 to 7 minutes after 12. We vibrate and connectively connect, all of us. We stop whatever we're doing, and from that, for 7 minutes, we connect on a vibration. You know how strong that frequency is?
That's powerful.
And so I can sometimes feel, the connection. The day that they didn't connect the very first day, I let them know. I didn't feel y'all. I was there, but I didn't feel that vibration. The second time, I didn't feel it. The connection is there. And that's how we are. We're like the Borg on Star Trek. We need each other to connect. That's all of us have some weaknesses. We have some strength. That's why they talk about the chain. They say is no stronger than the weakest link, because when you have a weak link, what are we supposed to do? Do we just let the link break and fall, or do we mend the link? These are the type of things that we really need to do collectively. And when the prophet did that demonstration and lifted us up in front of the 101s, and he said, I'm rising woman up, because a nation can rise no higher than this woman. When the nations are rise, this is woman. So we got to bring ourselves back. We can't wait for somebody else to try to raise us up. We still waiting for some savior to come from out of somewhere to try to raise us up. And you keep hearing us use the word goddess. I wanted to explain that. Because the God within you, you are your God, your creator. You build yourself up, you break yourself down. That's the God within you. So use the power inside of you to build yourself, your strengths, and connect with your other sisters and brothers too. So we give ourselves, our proper acknowledgement that we're gods. We are gods. We are creators. And it's a little thing on Facebook that I have posted on my page. When you see a baby nursing from the mother's breast, and it says, this was your God until you were lied to. Because the only God you knew was your mother. She's the one that birthed you into the world. She's the one feeding you from the natural sources from which you come. Every single species on this universe has a mother that feeds them. They consider dogs and cats and all these animals wild animals without no knowledge or truth, but they feed their babies. You don't see no dog that have a baby that kick their baby to the curb when the baby trying to eat, or none of these other species. You don't see them trying to find some other kind of formula to feed their child. And these are supposed to be ones that's less intelligent than we are. They know the importance of feeding their babies, their young. And we need to learn the difference too, not only through nourishment, but it comes through the knowledge. That's why in empowerment for our group, we're going to be teaching our women how, when you're carrying your child, how to speak to the womb, how to care for yourself while you're pregnant. So when you have your baby, it'll be less painful, because it shouldn't be that painful for you. How to take care of yourself, how to treat yourself, how to nurture you. Because if you're not any good, then the children are no good. It doesn't even matter, because father leaves the household all the time. They work or they leave. But mother is always there most of the time. And children are a reflection. That's why I said the child is not perfect as the parent is. You are the one that have to guide. And we not only have to be mothers to the ones we give birth to, but as you said, back in the day, we were wet nurses. We gave motherly advice to everybody. If a mother had to leave the community, there was another mother. They call them the head mothers. Well, the elder mother, which we call today the elder mother. elder mothers will take over the community while mothers are away, or mothers are ill, or mothers are sick, or mothers passed away. We have to get that thought process back into our communities. And that is what we're here to do. We're starting with our young, but I want to just put it out there, sisters, we're here for everybody. We have our Daughters of Drew Ali Naturopathic House and Medicine and Healing of Law and Science, where we're putting that up. We're excited about that. Our first safe house is going to be in South Carolina, so I'm excited about that. We're looking to have our grand opening in July, and it's about us, healing the community, treating us, teaching us. So we have a lot of things coming down the pipe. We'll probably bother you some more, Dr. Naila, about coming on the show as we update what we're doing. But we're so excited. We're going to be, asking you to please come down and maybe, video shoot or, run a program right there to where our grand opening. We're looking to kick this thing off, and we're not asking, we're unapologetically about the melanated woman, and we're not asking anybody for anything. We don't care what you say or think. This is what we're doing for us and our community. And we're strong enough to stand on that and not afraid to talk about it. And this is the thing, we have to get the fear out of us. We're so afraid to talk about what we need to do for each other. It's a fear factor, and this fear is gone. I don't have the fear, but we're learning that there's other women, like-minded women like myself, like Sarah, like Anu, like Dr. Jazz, like yourself, that are really ready to tell the truth and out here trying to make a difference in our communities. And that's what we need. We need people who want to make a difference. So if you're looking to make a difference, please hit us up. Dr. Naila is running stuff across the screen. You can come to the school. You can come to the sister circle. You can come to the Doors of Drew Ali. It's all open for us. But we're going to tell you there's a little bit of differences in the two circles. One, in our circle, we make you conscious. We want to make sure that you know who you are, and we don't let you leave there without being conscious. So you got to come here and be ready to be conscious. A new and Sarah's a little softer than me. They're going to take you in any kind of way they can get you. So when they're done with you, then I'll move you on over, because we want to make sure you wake up and become conscious. Go ahead, Sarah. Go ahead.
Interjection.
Go ahead, Sarah.
That's what we teach the children at the school. But with the Ladies of the Light, Prime Minister, that is, she eloquently, said that Daughters of Drew Ali, regardless of what you're looking for, you can find it in one of the groups. Daughters of Drew Ali, right. Just like Prime Minister said, we looking for conscious women. You got to be there, right? We're all there.
You got to be wanting to get there.
And you got to be willing. If you're not there, you got to be willing to get there. Ladies of the Light, what we do is we assist ladies along their healing journey. We have a rites of passage, so we accept you as you are, and we help you to discover your authentic self through a program that we call Illuminating the Light Within, Chakras and Shadows. Because we call ourselves goddesses, because we know God is the representation of light, and all of us have light within us. It is proven that when we transform, we lose about 24 grams, and that is the light body. And as we discover who we are, we brighten and we shine brighter. And so that's what we assist women to do, is to heal themselves, is to go into the dark places that we don't normally travel into. We start from the womb all the way up to whatever age that they are right now, and we help them to discover the places where they had lost themselves and they became fragmented. Because in shamanism, we're taught that when you need healing, you just have fragments of yourself that are lost, and to bring all the pieces back together is how you heal. Now, no one has ever healed, regardless of how long we've been on our healing journey. There's always healing to do, but when women come to Ladies of the Light, we just continue to heal. It's a healing journey. And so regardless of where you want to be, because Prime Minister also has her rites of passage as well. I believe it's called something a little different, but regardless of what you're looking for, you can find it in either one of the groups. And I wanted to just kind of travel back to what Dr. G had spoke about in regards to what it is that we want to offer for the young children. How is it different from, when we were in the school? Because I took shop. Okay. I wanted to build something. I wanted to make my own furniture. So I do remember those things back in the day, and they're not being offered to the children right now. But we are teaching our young ladies that you are beautiful, successful, and loved. You can do anything. We are not teaching them to get a job. We are teaching them to find everything they need within themselves and become entrepreneurs, right, with something that you actually love to do. We teach them, we help them, we assist them, we guide them to find their light, something they actually enjoy doing, as well as the adult women. And then we help them to actually earn fiat from that with something they actually love doing. We don't want them to be in a job 25, 30 years and be sad and sick the whole time just so they can get a pension. We want them to enjoy their life, because the whole purpose of the mothers right now is to do the shadow work so our children can live in bliss. They should not have to do all the work that we're doing now. It's our job to
That's
heal,
right.
to continue on our healing journey so our children can be free, right? Because we
That's
know
right.
that most of our ancestors left us with dramas and traumas and shadow work to do. And so we're here to do that work, you know, in both groups. We do shadow work in both groups. We do healing work
That's right.
in both groups. And one thing I wanted to acknowledge, I did not want to not acknowledge the den mothers that are a part of our group that are also a
Yes.
part of Daughters of Drew Ali. We have the 5 to 7 year olds, which is the soil, and that's led by Sister Josetta, who is also, she's a lady of the light, and she's also a daughter of Drew Ali, right? And then our 8 to 11 year olds, which is the blossoming, which is led by Den Mother Anu, who is also a daughter of Drew Ali and a lady of the light. And then we have the unfolding, which is the 12 to 15 year olds, who that is led by me. And I'm also a daughter of Drew Ali and a lady of the light. And then we have our 16 to 18 year olds. That is the blossoming, and that is led by one of our co-founders, which is Mama G. She's one of the co-founders of Ladies of the Light. We call them founding mothers. But I did not want to leave here, because without them, without that beautiful group of women who show up early every single week, we would have nothing. So we are teaching our young girls that they have everything within them to grow and to love themselves regardless of what they look like, whatever the world may be projecting out to them. Because we know our young goddesses are behind this computer all day. Most of them are on social media, and either somebody is liking your post or not liking your post, and that can actually impact you. So we're teaching our young ladies that regardless of a post, of a like or a dislike, you are everything. You are a goddess. You are God, right? And you can create whatever it
That's
is you
right.
want to create. You can do whatever it is you want to do, as long as you put your mind to it. And we are here to support as a collective network.
Question: does a young lady have to be enrolled in the online Moore School for Children in order to be a part of the Sister
No, this is
healing?
No.
for
Not at all.
any melanated young lady who's between the ages of 5 to 18.
Interjection. I
Yes.
apologize. I just wanted to just really quickly chime in on what was just previously said by you and Prime Minister about what are we teaching, or how are we reflecting to the young goddesses in Sister Sister. One of the things I know, at every opportunity, I want to impart to the young goddesses something that I grew up with, that as a woman, first of all, there's power. There's so much power in being a woman, and that your home is not just your place, it is your base. And your base is your foundation. Your foundation is where all things are built. And if truly teaching her those feminine, those womanly arts, she is building her house on solid ground. Because from that, she knows how to feed herself and her family. She understands that food and herbs of the land are her medicine. She does not have to run to a pharmaceutical company, but she finds beauty and joy in wrapping herself in spirituality, that she is not the bad bee. She's not the, disrobed and out on display, but to find joy in being a refined woman. And we do teach those arts. How do you set a table? That's an art form that most of us, they're forgetting about today. But all of these different things are being poured into these goddesses, and they're being reawakened to, one, how powerful they are. Because even when you go amongst others, even though they say, you're supposed to be out in the world, you're supposed to be all of these things, when they're talking about refinement, Those are the things that they are looking for. And I'm just so glad to be a part that's what we are teaching our young goddesses, respecting one another. You can see that as reflected in the 12 agreements, how we are understanding that when I look at my sister, I'm looking at a reflection of myself, and I'm looking at that with love. And the more we are teaching them these very important lessons in various ways, teaching them how to use vibration and sound. I wish someone in my teens and in my early years had taught me that breath and vibration and sound were the key. They're getting all of this at a very, very young age. So just wanted to let you know that is something that we are pouring into these goddesses. And secondly, we had talked about the formula. Well, I'm a full circle doula, and that means from even before conception, I will work with parents, families, to produce the very best, offspring, the very best light that's going to come. And then up until 2 years of age. So I work with, and I also do trauma work. And there's so much trauma in our communities. It's unspeakable. But I have experienced the very differences when you are going to the doctors, when you're going to the midwives, the conversations that they have with melanated women and the conversations that they're having with these albions around breastfeeding. And it's also very different in the support that they're receiving. If you have to go back to weekend work in 4 weeks, it is very difficult to navigate. How am I going to pump? How am I going to tend to other children? If you're not getting the support, from your counterpart, if you're not getting the support from your family, girl, why are you doing that? You can just get some for you. You're not encouraged. So we were encouraged. You sometimes have to even just fight for that right. So that's a piece, but with the Ladies of the Light, we will be having very soon a roundtable. So please look at us on the platform, because we're going to have a roundtable of mothers that are looking at this very so-called dilemma. It's really a created dilemma, because it's not really a dilemma. Like the Prime Minister said, you got to use them. So, but for those who say that, I couldn't, or maybe there was separation or illness or something that prevented them from nursing, we will be talking about very important issues like relactation, which is restarting your milk again, which is a thing. It takes some effort, but it is very, very possible. Like the Prime Minister said, working in exchange, if there's another sister that has an overabundance of milk, being able to gift and maybe whatever exchange of energy with your sister to be able to have access to that milk. I know I was one of those mothers who had to go back to work very, very soon. And there were times when my daughter would run out of milk. I had a very beautiful neighbor of my mother's, who became my daughter's godmother, because my daughter was not eating. She was not missing a calorie. And this woman, I knew her, very clean, just very good spirit. She would nurse my daughter for a couple of feedings until I could get to her from work. And that was such a gift. Here we are 16 years later, and they still share a bond. She calls that her second mother. And we used to do that for one another. It was nothing for us. The baby was hungry. We're walking through the community. They call it a village. It is a community. Baby's hungry. Find some milk, drink it. We can get back to that.
And not cow's milk.
Not cow. No. That's why I say, see some milk, drink some milk. So
right.
These are the conversations we will be having, and also understanding that these shortages, the companies just go out of, run out of high fructose corn syrup. What is really behind all of this shortage? And I, for one, am glad that it's a shortage, because it's at least an opportunity for them to look somewhere else. Make your own formula.
That's right.
Stop eating in other folks' kitchen. One of the things we talk about on Wellness Wednesdays is toxins in your home. Things that you bring into your home that make you sick. And the very first thing you brought the baby home, you brought the blankets, the diapers. Hopefully they were cloth diapers.
The shoes on your feet, from the outside into your house.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And what did you bring in? you brought in formula, which by definition, I mean, something they made in a lab to feed your baby, a toxin
It's
in your
called
house.
formula.
There it is. So just having those conversations and getting that
Yes,
erudition and getting that information out that you have a choice,
yes,
because a lot of our mothers, what do? The people that they see that are in charge, that are in power, have told them a narrative. And this is an opportunity for us to not, we're not shaming anybody. We just want to wrap our arms around them and say, you have an option, you have a choice.
that's
I
right.
often get teased by Sister Sarah. She's like, oh, I'm gonna give it to you straight and raw. If you want all that mushy stuff, you better go to Sister Anu. Well, I'm gonna give you soft and mushy because
That's
sometimes
right, Sarah.
we just
That's
need that
right.
soft nurturing that says, hey, you have some options. Let's explore those. Regardless of what you did yesterday, going forward, what are some options for you? And leaving them open with their heart open to receive that. So hopefully you'll join us on the Ladies of the Light platform for our roundtable. We have not set a date, but it will be, when I say very soon, it'll be in the next couple of weeks. So join us for our roundtable.
Another question, though, then with the Ladies of the Light, is it required that the sister be nationalized, or what are the requirements? Sometimes
No.
There are no requirements for anything, Dr. Jazz. Dr. G, just come as you are.
Yeah. No, I'm saying that
Yes.
for I'm asking the questions that might be asked, because I see some comments here also that I wanted to, I think
How
maybe
come
some
we're not
have
seeing anything in the chat, Dr. G?
um you need to look at the comment section, because there's a lot of comments.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it says
wow.
private
Listen.
chat. We better go to
Yeah,
comments.
you
That's
don't want
right.
to
I
go to
got it.
private chat. You
Oh,
want to
I
go to
see.
comments.
Wow.
There's
Okay.
all kinds of there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We're like,
Okay.
oh,
All
y'all
right.
didn't see that. Yeah, so it's the
Oh
chat.
well, I never see the
Oh,
comments,
wow.
so
Yes.
Yeah, so look over there. It's a lot of good stuff, because someone was asking about places and schools in Atlanta area, different things. But I was going to bring that up because you all are universal. So
Yes.
yes.
the beauty of
Okay.
what you do is it doesn't matter where you are. And I think if anything, the what we've been through over the last 2.5 years or so has brought us to a place of accepting that our communities now are global, and it's connected by this type of and hopefully we'll get back to the other level where we're just thinking to and each other and communicating through the ethers. But this is as good as, to me, anything. I mean, I connect, we connect really on this platform with thousands of viewers. I wish I saw somebody said please share this, and I should have said this earlier. But you all, if you not haven't clicked that you like it, because this is an awesome presentation. You really need to share, because someone that needs this information, if not for the fact that
That's right.
it's a mother with daughters, and a daughter that needs to connect to this free, absolutely free opportunity for their daughter to be mentored and nurtured, and have sort of a rites of passage that we've gotten away from. Doesn't matter, all they need is melanin. So it doesn't, it's not about a religion or any of that. It's about getting our daughters to a place of wholeness, lovingly. It's a mother's the mothers teaching the daughters, or nurturing our daughters. So someone, you have a daughter, you have a niece, a godchild. You need to connect them to what you're hearing. If they're between the ages of 5 and 18, then here's an opportunity. Very, very rarely is there something like this that's offered, and it's free of charge. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
And Dr. Jazz, too, I wanted to say, when we were
Yeah.
talking about, when you mentioned something very critical in the last 2.5 years or 3 years with this whole pandemic that they have. And also just think about this with the formula. I think this is the universal creator saying to us, she's shaking us up, saying, look, all right, I did this thing what they got with the COVID thing. I now y'all, now the formula. I mean, waking you up. The universe is shaking us, like, come on, you all, wake up. The vibrations. Well, we are the universe, and we're out of balance. We're not harmonizing right now. And the universe is shaking us up to bring us back into harmony. And it has to take something this strenuous for us to wake up. Literally, the shaking and shaking. I mean, if you can't see the writing on the walls, they're talking about this new line of enlightenment and all these things. Europeans are trying to put some thing on it and capitalize on that too. It's not about you. It's about you getting back to nature, back to your own. And that is what it takes. We were broken so badly. And they made this thing happen. They said it was supposed to be for thousands of years, according to that letter they called it Willie Lynch. And I tell people, I don't care if Willie Lynch was true or not. I'm not here to debate it. I wasn't there, but this is the bottom line. Everything in that letter is a reflection of what you see in the mirror. Everything in that letter. So it doesn't matter if you believe in it or not believe in it. The reflection of the information is there. And if you see yourself in that reflection, it's time to make a change. When Michael Jackson was talking about look at the man in the mirror, look at yourself in the mirror every single day. Look and see, do you like what you see? Always challenge the guys is when you wake up every single morning, first thing you do is look at you in the mirror. Look at you and speak on yourself. I am that I am. Who am I? The power that's within me. Every single day you should get up with that. And if you're seeing something in the mirror you do not like, it is time to make a change. Literally. That's all it takes. You need to be able to wake up, though. We can't keep, I always look at El Malik El-Shabazz. His solo return was on the 19th of May. And a lot of our people, even all Asiatic networks all over the place, none of them said happy born day or happy birthday or none of that. They'll use his quotes. They'll talk about him, but they'll never give him the honor which is due. But he made some very critical speeches. And if anyone has never listened to the ballot or the bullet, they need to listen to that. In that very speech, he is talking about what we're talking about today. Economically, how are we dependent on someone else for our resources? How do you go and beg another man to do for you what you won't do for yourself in your own community? Why are you asking someone else to take care of you, feed you, clothe you, shelter you? It is not their responsibility. So when they turn away from you and don't want to give it to you, you want to blame them. How about looking on how when someone shuts a door in your face, how about looking a way to open another door for yourself? How about that? So if you slam the door in your face and you can't stay here, we don't want you here. All right. I'm going to open up a door, and you know what? I'm opening the door, and everybody that look like me, I'm going to open up another door for them. But when you try to come through my door, guess what? It's going to be closed. And unapologetically, I'm going to do to you what you do to me. See, I don't have a problem with that. But as Asiatics, if you notice, everything we do, we include everybody from the spectrum. When we talk about our issues in our community, whether we say the Black issues or the African American issues, we got to bring the Puerto Ricans in, and we got to bring the Chinese and the Japanese or the people of color. And I have nothing wrong with my other brothers and sisters, but the problem with that is they don't bring you into their issues. They don't say, all people of color or the brown man. They don't do that. They only talk about the issues that reflect them. And as a people, we need to stop trying to bring everybody else on our issue, because our pain is not their pain. Our story is not their story. Our issues are not their issues. And we need to stop bringing everybody else in on our issues and work on them ourselves. When we stop trying to save everyone else, and we have a saving nature, but when we start trying to save everyone except us, we lose. We need to start saving ourselves. That is what the literature means. For those who don't read the Quran, I feel bad for them because they're not getting the lessons and the teachings that Noble Drew Ali put in there. But he said in order to save anyone, you must first what? Save yourselves. How can you save any other people or anyone else without saving your own? That means me, my children, your children, our whole communities. That's what it means. It means saving ourselves, and that's what we need to do collectively and stop trying to save everybody else. As soon as I hear them talking on those shows and they start bringing everybody in, I have to click off the line because I'm done with the conversation. Let's talk about working in our community with our own issues and our own problems, and that is what we need. So if no one has ever listened to the Battle or the Bullet, please take some time. It's 52 minutes and some seconds of a video lecture by him. You need to listen to what he's saying, and what he's saying back then is relevant today. It so is. And that is what I want our people to start doing, is waking up. One other thing I want to say too about that is, you notice that whenever we have, like, say for El Malik El-Shabazz, formerly known as Malcolm X, he corrected his name before he passed away. This is another thing we do to each other. Everybody, including the Asians, call him Malcolm X. When that man left here, he did not leave with the name Malcolm X. So why do we keep taking him down a road When you know, because if you use his word of enlightenment, if you use the name that he chose, you got to talk about why he chose it. You got to open up the conversation of what road was he going down when he opened up and told you this was the correction to his names. So anything that has an intelligent conversation or an enlightenment or awakening, we don't want to have that conversation. We need to start being ready to have some difficult conversations and start right in our own communities. That's where we need to start. I apologize. I yield to you, Doctor. Now, you know I'm very passionate about our people.
No. Let the fire burn. We need to. That's how it's coming out. Let the divine feminine speak, and it's being received.
May I interject?
Certainly.
Yes, Dr. Jazz, please. You've been quiet.
Yeah, I was going to say that. You haven't said much.
I was just looking in the comments and I was just sucking up all the love. Thank you all so much. If you all would take the time to read all the love that's pouring out of these comments, shukran to all the family. Someone mentioned that the women in our community today are not fit medically to provide milk. Their milk is toxic as rat poison. And that was a segue to what the Daughters of Drew Ali are purposing to do with our safe house. This safe house is to assist women and their children. And one of the many things that we will be doing is education, providing education about proper nutrition and natural healing so that we're not turning to allopathy and to these albions that do not have our best interests at heart by any means, with all these chemicals and drugs and pharmaceuticals and so on. So we have a host, a staff of well-trained divine goddesses by Goddess Umi herself, by Prime Minister, because her background is in medicine. So, a very large part of what the Safe House is there to do is to assist our sisters on a medical level, on a spiritual level. And, I was just sitting back and I was just, I might have seemed like I was just listening and I was just smiling so deeply because I'm thinking to myself that it seems like magic the way all of these platforms have come together, and they are all so divinely connected. We have online schooling for Moorish children. We're educating our children's minds to excellence. We have Sista Sistah, where we're dealing with our young sisters, their emotional and their social and their spiritual development. We have our Daughters of Drew Ali that are assisting the mothers in coming together and healing the mothers and the grandmothers, which Ladies of the Light does as well. And the whole idea of forming these safe houses so that there shouldn't be a time where a woman and a child don't have a place to go, and where they should have to go to someone else to meet their needs. So we're really working hard, and we have been working fast and furiously to make this a reality, and it has become a reality. So we're asking all of the family that's present. We have a raffle that we're doing from now until July 22nd. Is that correct, Prime Minister? The drawing is July 22nd.
Yes, July 22nd, Friday, July 22nd. Yeah.
We have all the goddesses have put together awesome gifts. We have a healing package. We have a spirituality package. We have an ancestral package, and all of the items in there are phenomenal. And the raffles are $5 each. They're in increments of 5, 10, 15, or 20. You can buy 1, 2, 3, 4, or just donate as you like. But we're really asking for families to reach out and to share the information about the platform with others so that they too will reach out to assist, because this safe house is just the first of many. We should have a safe house in every state, every place, so that when our families run into trouble, they have some place to turn to. They have some place to go for food, for shelter, for safety, for medical treatment, for all of those things. Prime Minister, help me out. That's your baby. Come on.
Yes. Well, I wanted to address, and then I'll go back to safe house. I want to address the comment about the women's milk being toxic. Nothing's more toxic than the chemicals in that can. I just wanted to put that out there. So even if it be the case that, the women are not eating properly because, it doesn't even matter, because when you carried your child for those 9 months, that divine 9, when you carried them for 9 months, you fed them everything you put in you. So what you're feeding them is still what you put into your form. But this is where the education that Anu was talking about comes into teaching us about how we eat, because I know a lot of people don't like the fact that we talk about how we eat and how important it is and why you need to change your diet, and people have this whole thing against veganism and, people that should eat flesh, and they give you all these reasons why you should eat flesh, with a bunch of lies, and the truth is not in it. We're teaching that very thing from the child on up. We're teaching about child care. We're teaching you how to, if you decide to carry a child, how you should carry it, how you should talk to and care for the child. All this different information is so important, so your milk will not be toxic. But the bottom line is, if your milk is toxic and you feel like this is not what you want to feed your child, you can see us. You can send an email to daughtersofdrewali@gmail.com. And I will walk you through. We sell formula here, but we will walk you through how to even create your own formula. We have some goddesses right now who are using the formulas that we create here for their children, because you should not be feeding your child chemicals in a can. And if you don't believe what I'm telling you, pick up any of you on this line, I challenge you, pick up a baby formula can and pronounce any words on there and find out what they mean. All those chemicals, when you start looking them up, what they're doing to your child intracellularly, already damaging the cellular wall before they can even get off the ground. And you wonder why they vomit it up, or they scream and cry, or have colic, and all of these things. It's because you're killing them when you start feeding them those toxic chemicals. This is the truth. Your breasts were designed to feed your children, not for the pleasurement of your spouse or boyfriend or whatever. Not saying he doesn't get to enjoy it, but why? I hear some women say, well, my man ain't going to be able to enjoy it too. Why can't him and the baby, we keep it real, enjoy it? Why do you have to sacrifice your child for the man? Why can't you both enjoy the breast that you were given to feed? And my children don't like me telling people they breastfed till they were in middle school. Literally in my refrigerator. And Taj will tell you, he drank it. No shame. In my refrigerator was nothing but breast milk. That's what you got out of my refrigerator. So these are the things that we need to keep doing. And people would say, oh, well, how did you breastfeed that long? As Anu said, you can keep the milk going in your breast if you know how to do it. Excuse me, Algie. So I wanted to just mention that. Then the next thing I want to talk about is the Safe House. Yes, so I'm really excited about it, as Dr. Jazz and everyone has been mentioning about our Safe House. And so in our Safe House is an educational platform that I've built a curriculum around the things that we're going to be learning. Anugaret and myself both are doulas. So we're going to be doing birthing training in our center, teaching women in the community how to help women give birth. Okay, and how to give birth yourself, if you have to deliver your own child. So we'll be teaching that. We're going to teach you how to take care of pain, for pain that you're having, anyone for pain, or diabetes or heart disease or any of those things. In our Safe House is going to be sort of like a medical facility where we're going to have different rooms for different things. We'll have an examination room. We're going to have a labor room. We're going to have a classroom. So we have several rooms to set up in different parts of the Safe House, and we're going to have educational platforms. We're going to talk about plant-based, as Anugaret said, her and I both. I'm certified in plant medicine. How to create your own plant medicines and create those plant medicines, right? And we can certify you, because we're a government. We're our own nation here. The Moorish, under this, all this falls under the Moorish National and Divine Movement headquarters here, the Moorish Scientific Nation right here in Belcamp, Maryland. So we certify our own people. We don't need somebody from some governmental agency to tell us that you certified. We can teach you the same books they can use, we can use. The information, education, we can give it to you too. We want to teach you how to take care of you, because that is what's wrong with our communities. And if you look at these communities like the Quaker community and all these things, they live off the land. They create their own medicines, their own schools. Nobody tells them what to do. They don't get certified from somewhere else. And if their children decide to go off to college, they go off to college that they invest in. We have to start doing for ourselves. And that's just the bottom line. You all been hearing me since I've been coming on my Illa show talking about doing things in the nation, doing things for the community, all those things. Now I have found a group of like-minded women who feel like me that want to do the same work that I decided to do. You know, the call was put out there universally, and Allah answered the call. I love it. And this is only just a few of us. So if you like what you hear, join in on us. If you like what you hear, it is room for all goddesses, because we want to teach you why you are a goddess. You are a sister. You are the connection to the universe, but you can be more than that. You can learn how you're a god and how you can create. Because when you first start having life in your womb, you became God. Because when you brought that life into the world, you are the God that that child knows. The only God that that child knows, until somebody tells them something different. So we have to learn how the information from here transmits that connection of the universe and how we can connect that universally. We used to have a thought and it was done. We need to get back to that. That's what we're trying to connect. And some of you all may not believe in it or think it or whatever, and that's fine too, because everyone's entitled to your opinion. Just know it's no proof of truth. All right. We're going to show you how things are done. And as long as I'm breathing in this body, I'm going to continue to do the work. And I've even instructed the guys that if something happens to me, what they're just continue to do. So don't let them off the hook. There is no backing out now. There's no getting past it now. There's no one who's going to fall out, and there's not going to be any group tomorrow. We're going to be here because we know how to fight and disagree and come back and still do the work, because we all have different characters. We all have different thoughts of thinking, but collectively we're here to do a job, the work, and that's what we're here to do. Okay. We don't need anyone else to do anything else for us. And when we get that mindset, that is when we'll get to rolling. Stop begging another man for your livelihood, for his just over broke every single week. Stop begging somebody else to feed and clothe you and your children. You know, we're starting a closet down there in the doors of Drew Ali Safe House. If you desire to donate clothing, we're going to have a closet, a rotation where people can come in and take clothes. We shouldn't have to ask nobody for nothing. We have people who can sew, myself and Nuka Moret and others. We're going to teach sewing classes. We should not be asking anyone to do anything for us. Absolutely not. And it's only a few out of a few, but we like to have more. But let me tell you something. You have to want to do the work. We don't want any passive. We want active. It's done for the passive. If you passive want to sit down to the side and wait till everything's done, stay sitting to the side. We'll catch up with you later. We want those who want to be active and want to do the work. That's what we need. And I'm very serious about that. And you all know I'm on the sign of fire. I'm an Aries, fire in the firehouse, and now burn up everything go my way. If you're not going my way, get out of my way. That's the bottom line. That's how it goes. But the bottom line is we're here to do the work, seriously, and that's what we're here to do. And I'm going to share that with Sister Sah'Rah, because she has as passionate as I am. She says she can't speak, but she can talk pretty well. She's as passionate as I am about what we're here to do. I'm going to yield the floor to you, Sah'Rah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely. Very passionate about the work that we're doing with the Safe House and supporting women and children, surrounding ourselves with like-minded women. Please, please, please help us get the word out. Support. We have a, what is it called again, Jazz? We have a, Dr. Jazz had explained what it is that we're doing to raise funds for the Safe House. Our raffle.
Oh, yeah, the raffle.
Where's that link
raffle,
from?
and
Can we
I
get
kind of
that
got
link up?
disconnected for a while.
I don't have the link. So if you could put it in the private chat, I'll put it there. But nobody, I don't have it. I wasn't given it.
Okay. Oh, sure. I thought I did.
You're talking about your raffle?
Unconnected.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
No, nothing about a raffle.
No, the link for the tickets. Oh, all right. All right. I probably with so much. I probably did not, but I can certainly go ahead and do that. You know, put it into the chat. Yes. Well, go ahead, Sah'Rah. Are you frozen again, Sah'Rah? I look at
Oh,
she's
she
even to
froze.
take a pretty picture for she's frozen.
Interjection.
But yes, what she was talking about was our raffle. We're having a raffle for our Doors of the Drew Ali, and it talks about what we are. Our Doors of Drew Ali, naturopathic medicine and healing, it's our safe house. And what we're doing is we're raising fiat for the safe house. So we have these raffles, and as Dr. Jazz spoke on the different packages that we have the holistic package, which is a great package that's all about, holistic medicine for healing and things like that. Then we have the spirituality package that's dealing with spiritual connections, and we got Divinely Sah'Rah, we got Dr. Jazz, we got Anuka Maret, we have all these different practitioners putting different packages in there. And then me, of course, me, I'm doing ancestral package with the ancestral blanket, the drum and the quotes and things like that with the shakers, all the ancestral vibes. So it's all about bringing us back in tune with ourselves, everything that we're given in our package. But it represents who we are, and it's also giving a chance for our practitioners to advertise who they are, but giving you the opportunity not only just support us because it's just $5 for a ticket, but just to support the work that we do. And so we're really, really excited, like I said, about it. And we want to invite Dr. Naila and Taj to come down and cut, when we do our grand opening, to cut the ribbon when we're opening, because we want people to, connect to what we're doing. This is very serious work that we're doing, and we want to invite everyone in on doing it. So if you even just want to donate and you don't believe in doing raffle tickets, you just want to donate something to the cause, you can do that. You can send all of your donations through Cash App, Doors of Drew Ali. We have a Cash App. So it's just the cash $ Doors of Drew Ali at gmail.com. You can just send it through there. You can do it through the raffle tickets that we're going to post. Any way you want to do it. And I wanted to say something that Sarah and Anuka Maret do not like to say about the Sister Circle. And that is that they are accepting donations, though. It is free, but it takes everything to donate. And so if you would like to donate something to that cause, do that. Because these are den mothers, like she said, women every Saturday that's taking their time to sit down and do this to the community. So donations would help us build on things that we need. And so it doesn't cost anything, as they said, but donations would be very, very, very welcomed also. All right. I think we lost you again for a moment, Sarah.
My connection is horrible.
Interjection. I just wanted to add, we do not charge fiat to
That's right.
have the goddesses come into the circle. So in that regard, there is no like monetary cost, but there is an exchange of energy. So when the young goddesses come in, we ask that, their umi, their grandmother, their aunt, whatever their feminine, influence or caregiver is in their family, we need them to be actively involved as well. So it is a community. It is a village. We are an extension of the village. So in that regard, because nothing is free, but there is an exchange of energy. We need them to be involved. We want them to be involved because each of those umis has something to offer to the group, to the whole. And as far as the donations, that would be amazing because we are planning a sister retreat. And Did you want to speak about that, Sarah?
Yes, Goddess Anu. Thank you so much for bringing that up. We are planning a Sista Sistah Intergenerational Retreat next year in July after the online schooling for Moorish children has ended for the summer. And we are so very excited about that. And we are doing our best to raise funds so the parent, the guardians, and the children can kind of just show up and not worry about fiat. So if you want to donate, you can hit us up at sistasistainfo@gmail.com or join our community at community.ladiesofthelight.net. And we're really very, very, very excited about that, about our first intergenerational retreat, because we are here to ensure that our mothers and our daughters and the matriarchs of the family are bonded, right, with one another and in sisterhood, so the children can see from the ground up how women and matriarchs can support one another and not fight each other, right? Because that's what we're here to do, to help uplift one another and help uplift fallen humanity. So we're very excited about that.
Awesome. I'm putting you guys in solo, which I should have done sometimes when you're speaking. But
thank you.
And Prime Minister, we're looking at your midsection. I'm not sure where you are. There.
Oh, I apologize. I was doing what you asked me to do. Put the
But yeah, we got you have to put your camera down.
I apologize. Oh my goodness.
So I don't know whether you put where you put it. Did you put it? It's not in the private. No, come back down.
You don't see it? It's in the chat.
No, I wanted you to put it in the private chat.
Oh, how do I do that?
What are
Okay,
you
I
trying
put
to
it
do,
in
Prime
the chat
Minister?
that you got scrolling.
No,
She
the
wanted to
private
put
chat
the.
is
Just
something
hit private chat.
your Cash app or whatever it is you wanted to post. You
Oh,
give
I'm
it to me
trying
in
to
the
see how
private
I can
chat.
put it in there
Well, yeah,
in the
that way it
private
could
chat.
be. It's somebody
All
could
right,
put.
so I put it in the other chat, but let me see if I can. Sarah is good with that stuff. Sarah, you want? Do I need to email? If I email to you, Dr. Naila, will that help you or no?
Do you see where it says private chat over there?
I see it, but I
Right
can't
on
enter
my.
anything.
Oh, because normally you can just click on that and type, and you just type in there, and then I'll get that.
Oh,
Only
okay.
those
So I would have to be able to post it.
that right there
How do
instead
I
of where
send it to there?
you click
Yeah.
that little arrow
Click
that goes to
private
the
chat.
private chat, and then you put it in there.
Right,
Dr.
but I'm
Jazz,
saying
can
I
you
don't
do
know
it?
how I can get it from my thing to there because
Oh, you
I
can
would have to
copy and
copy it
paste
and
it.
paste.
Copy and
All right,
paste.
I got you. I got you.
Copy paste.
Oh,
All
I
right.
see. I see what you're talking about. Let me do it.
Chicago
I
Okay.
got it.
All right. So so there's there's a lot of things going on. So you can join. It doesn't matter whether or not you have an L or Bay at the end of for your free operation, but um, go there expecting. I know there's going to be education towards nationality and so forth that's involved, but it's not a requirement. Which is because there are a lot of hurting women, sisters, and young people, young women that need that guidance. So I really appreciate the fact that you all are. It's not like, oh, you need medical care, but if you're not nationalized, you can't get it. That's not what you're saying. All we're saying is we need to help ourselves, help each other, and I like that. That is what you're doing. That you're taking your especially a holistic approach, because I'm a practitioner, so a holistic approach to wellness and wholeness is so very important today. And so many people have lost their if they haven't, they should have lost their confidence in allopathic methodologies. I just, somebody said, when's the last time that you've been to a doctor? And I would say, last time I looked at myself. I mean, really, I stopped. And I've been well, if you will, since I've been looking at everything from a holistic standpoint. So I'm happy that that's a part of what you are offering, because we have so many young ladies that are obese, overweight. They're young, and they're starting out early, and they maybe, have 40% body fat. And that's terrible because they're scarfing down, stuff from fast food restaurants and sugars, and white flours and things. And so I'm pretty sure, especially with Sister Anuka Moret, that you, with your plant-based background and with the cooking and so forth, that you're teaching them how to make healthy choices.
Yeah.
Dr. G, the link is in the private chat, by the way.
You
And
kid.
that's funny because I put it in there also. We both did.
Oh, yes.
All right, good.
Okay. All right.
Great
All
job.
right. All right. So I mean,
Absolutely.
I had to
chime
had to
in.
think a little bit, figure that out, figure it out. I got to fix my turban. I'm losing my V.
Go ahead, Sister Anu.
Oh no, I was just chiming in and saying yes, that is one of the feminine arts that we are sharing and teaching and infusing into the goddesses of how to eat to live, because we live in a modern, so-called modern world. Actually, we're going backwards. Oftentimes, if Umi is working or whatever, the dynamics of the household are, sometimes that does not get passed on. Maybe the young goddesses don't know how, to prepare the proper foods for themselves. But we are definitely making that, a part of their education. I wanted to, before we get too far away, I wanted to talk about more of the various healing modalities that we offer with Ladies of the Light, because we are a group of melanated feminine healers. And we have so many different forms of healing. I love what you said, Dr. G, about, I don't need the medical association coming after us. We didn't say we were doctors. We said we were healers.
Healers.
So more than anything, we are able to see often what is going on with you and show you how to bring yourself back into alignment. And doing that through Reiki, through sound and vibration, through proper nutrition, through the use of plants and herbs, essential oils.
Aromatherapy. Mm-hmm.
Yes, all of these different therapeutic modalities, but most importantly is you are your healer. you know it stops us from looking outside of ourselves for something magical to happen, for something to come and save us, but taking ownership. What part did I play in this? What part, even if you didn't play a part in the of how it happened, of how it began, of how it manifested, you can play a part in your deliverance, your own deliverance. So if you wanted to speak more about that, Sarah, I would love to let you share more about that.
Yes, and that is, thank you so much, Goddess Anu. And that is displayed every Wednesday. We have a display of the offerings that we have on our platform. It's basically an online wellness center where, like Goddess Anu said, we have energy, frequency, and breath. We have Reiki, we have sound, we have vibrational sound. We have different forms of chakra therapy. We are there to just help uplift fallen humanity. There's all kind of different forms of healing. There's also, we do movement. And so if you just want to just kind of check it out and see what it is that we have going on, even if you're not a part of our platform, Wednesday is open and free to the public. So we put it out on all public platforms. So anyone who is interested in seeing what Ladies of the Light has to offer, you can just go ahead and click the link and join us every Wellness Wednesday. We have something to offer. And so we look forward to seeing everyone there because we're really, really excited about that. And Wellness Wednesday is open to everyone, feminine and masculine, male
So
and
you hear
female.
that,
It's open
brothers?
to everyone.
Okay. Yes. So when it comes to, that's good. That's good to know. I'm gonna put your I'm going to actually put your.
And if they do happen to miss it, they can catch it on our YouTube channel.
Ladies of the Light TV. Thank you, Anu.
Yes.
Okay.
I just want to interject one of the comments for Ladies of the Light. Sister was asking that if young mothers do not have fiat, can they get help from the Ladies of the Light platform? And do they have to be in that territory? Is the question.
Ladies of the Light is international. It's an online international platform, and you do not have to have fiat. We have a free membership all the way up to 55.55, and the 55.55 are for those who are wellness practitioners who want to bring their own community to the platform, because we do have a private network. So when you come there and you form your own tribe or your community, it's private, right? So when you bring your people, you can chat. It's like Facebook and Instagram. You can post pictures, you can go live, all within your own community. So you do not have to have fiat to be a part of Ladies of the Light. We have a free membership.
Which is amazing, which is awesome. What you see. So there any
And the difference in, oh, I want to say in Doors of Drew Ali, we do have a membership fee in the Doors of Drew Ali. We do have a membership fee package. This the membership fee. We do have that. There's three or four different levels. I think it's 25, 50, 75, and
Yes.
100. There's four different levels of membership that you can join. So we do understand that we do need fiat, and membership is a commitment. And what we do with the fiat from the membership is the things that we're using to help with our community building. And so that really, we have different things on sale. Also, the Doors of Duality, we selling turbans and T-shirts and all types of oils. And you can
Bookmarks.
go on our store site and look for different products that we're selling. And we're also in the process of building our Doors of Duality website. And so, when people are going and down, they say, "Oh, Prime Minister, there's some Europeans up there." And I said, "Those are placeholders we didn't put there. That's when we purchased the website. They put that there, just so people can see the website's up. But we are right now working to get it up as fast as possible. so that people can be able to join on there as well. So we do have the email established right now. And if you want to join us, and we do say this here in the Doors of Duality, we are a membership based group. But we also, if someone can't make their membership, like say for this month, I may not be able to make my membership. You would let someone know that you could make your membership. One of the officers know, and maybe somebody can donate towards your membership that month. Maybe I may have a few extra dollars, like today I don't even play numbers, but Sheik Bilal does. He played numbers today and hit for $50 and gave me half. So I got extra $25. This week I might could pay somebody else's dues with. I'm just saying. So you never know. Someone may have a couple extra dollars to help you through it. But the membership building is based on us using the membership fiat for different things. Like we want to have things for like people when they're born days. We want to celebrate that. We want to celebrate anniversaries. We want to celebrate accomplishments. We want to celebrate all those things. And so we want to make sure we have the fiat there so we can do those things that we want to do. And it's not always so stressful in one individual's pockets. I also wanted to say too, before we get off the platform too, that I wanted to talk about our online schooling program too. Now I know Sah'Rah and I spoke about this. I knew you must be talking about me. Sah'Rah and I spoke about this, about what we want to do is the last Thursday for our online schooling, we want to do what they used to call them assemblies back in the day, where we want to just go ahead and do honoring students' accomplishments and things like that. So we want to welcome people to come and join. We're going to keep it posted. We'll keep giving Dr. Naila the information. We'll post it on Facebook and the Doors of Drew Ali. You can go there. Also, the Doors of Drew Ali is on Facebook. So if you want to become a member, you just type it in and you ask to be admitted, and we'll let you in. Now, I want to let you know it's a womb. You need to have a womb to join. I see a lot of brothers try to join, and then I type into them, this is a woman organization, so let us have something. But, we want you to join in. So you can go to Doors of Drew Ali and you can go ask to join, and we can click you in to invite you or join into our group. And then for the education for more children, we are always enrolling students. So we are enrolling students all year long. So we don't have a stop enrollment period. And we're about to start our summer program. And I think it starts the first week of July, which will be our summer program that we're having too. We'll have arts and crafts for our summer program with our children. And then we have those children who didn't want to work all year in school. This will be our first year doing a summer program, actually, for those students to be successful to move on further to the next grade level. So just lots of things as a community that we're doing. We're also looking to hold a PIC, which is what's actually a PIC. It's a Parent Instructor Association, where we want parents to get involved with the association of our school. Because, these Europeans try to regulate everything. They try to tell us we can't have our own schools. They tell us that we can't have anything without them approving it. And all of that is all this accreditation that they want you to have. And all of this is just a group of people trying to tell you what you can teach your children. That is what these boards do. And a parent wrote in one of the things that said, what again is an accreditation board? And they said, oh, it's a group of people who are interested about the welfare of your children. No, you're not interested in the welfare of our children. But like they talk about CRT, which is critical race theory, I had that in college, okay? Critical race theory is no more than them trying to tell you can't teach the education of melanated people in your school system. In other words, if you take away all of the information about slavery, the civil rights movement, some of our people are already brainwashed to that they shouldn't learn about civil rights. When they take all that away, you take away what they did to you, to your forefathers, your foreparents. And so they're now trying to give you a different mindset. That is not what it's about. It's about us teaching the truth. Let us teach our children from our perspective, from our narrative. Too long others have told our stories for us. We need to tell our stories, the true and divine truth about our stories, not someone else's story. And I want to say to all of these so-called Negro leaders and educators and writers, when you are still teaching us about ourselves and you're still calling us Black or African American or people of color, you're still not telling the truth. And you're writing it from someone else's point of view. You're not writing it from the truth. And that is what, if you want to lead your people, lead them out of the darkness into the light and stop giving them a shadow of what you think they want to hear. it is time for all truth to be revealed. And if you are not revealing the truth, you can't talk to me about being melanated. You can't talk to me about being Asiatic. You can't talk to me about your book and your presumptions. All I want you to do is tell the truth. And if you take just a little bit of time, you could do that. The reason that a lot of people say why Prophet Noble Drew Ali is not mentioned in the school systems and these Asiatic leaders and all of these people of Negro not doing it, because if you talk about Noble Drew Ali, you have to talk about nationality and birthrights. You can't get around it. So this is why when you ask yourself a question, why the Moors are not known, why no one's teaching about Noble Drew Ali, because if you do, you're going to open up a whole can, okay, of whoop butt on people, because you're going to talk about nationality and birthrights. And that is a conversation that most Asiatic leaders do not want to have. So they'll get on TV and ask you to cry about this person that was murdered, and cry about this, and cry about that, and march for this and that. But they will not tell you who you are. And so I'm here to tell you, make a difference. I don't have that fear. You need to find out the truth about who you are and be unapologetic about learning the truth, because your babies, there's no child born in the year of 2021, 22, 23 that should be growing up with these Negro names, growing up with calling themselves African Americans or coloreds or niggers. They shouldn't be calling themselves these things, and not in this era time. Your children should have a name that they can be proud of with a birthright that goes along with it. That is what we teach here at Online Schooling for Moist Children. That's what we do in these groups and communities. Join us in the uplifting of fallen humanity and teach the truth and not someone else's story. Moist Islam, I just wanted to put that out there before we close out. I want to yield the floor back to Dr. Naila, because I'm telling you, the time is out for joke. Don't nobody got time for it. I don't want to hear it. No excuse about why you're not telling the truth. They killing us anyway. Why can't we tell the truth? I yield, Dr. Naila.
Absolutely.
Ashe.
Yes, Ashe and you know, Amin and everything else. Touche. And ladies, in our last 13 minutes, we're gonna move it around and let you.
One thing I wanted to highlight that Prime Minister had mentioned is that the online schooling for Moorish children is like a college prep school. It's like a university prep school. We teach financial literacy. We teach children how to run their own businesses. If your child is not prepared to have college prep, university prep work, this might not be the school for you, right? And also what Prime Minister, what I would like you to talk a little bit about is the university that's coming soon. So these children, after they graduate from online schooling for Moorish children, will have a university to go to as well. So we are preparing these children to go to university. So these children are able to work on their own. Every day they have a instructor that's there that actually loves them and care about them and checks on them outside of school time. We even have
and looks like them.
And on Saturdays, if the children don't have all their homework together, there's like a homework club. They might call it detention. I don't know, but it's a homework club.
Detention. Call it what it is.
If you don't finish your work, there will be a little detention. So we're serious about the progression of our children. Our children learn 2 languages at this school. They learn Moorish, Latin, and they also learn Arabic. So if you're looking for something better than the public school system, and you want your children to be surrounded by people that look like them, care for them, and love them, the online schooling for Moorish children is the place to be. All right. And with that, I yield.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Prime Minister, can you tell them the cost?
Really quickly? Oh, yes. So the cost for our school at this time is $150 a month per household. And that is up to 4 students in the household. It's not like some people try to do 4 different households and come to one. It's per household. So if you have 4 children and under in your household, the cost is $150. If you have more, if you had an extra child, then I believe the cost is like $35 per child after that. But we do give you up to 4 children at just that cost of $150. And Dr. Jazz has figured it out weekly or whatever. But what I really wanted quickly to talk about also is our university. I'm so excited about that. Thank you for bringing that up, Sarah. This is how these minds working together. Is that the university is going, or we're looking so excited in 2023, September, we will be opening our online Morse University. So we're really excited about that. I've been working on the curriculum and we have professors and things that we're already interviewing for our online, university. So we're excited about that as well. And then people say, well, can anyone join? As long as you are melanated in complexion, from the whatever age you are qualified to come to a university, you can come, because I already have like 25 people who are signed up, and these are adults who are not in our school. It's just that they never finished the learning experience and they want to do it through our university, and so we're very, very proud of that. We have not worked out the costs yet, and we will let you know. I'm working with Sheikh Majesty Kadar Bey to see if we'll be able to take scholarships in and things like that, because we're looking to do a different type of service, for our program. So we're looking to see how we can work that in. But for right now, we have not got a final cost of tuition yet, but we're working on that, and we will reveal that very soon, because we have no secrets here. We're just trying to work out the cost of our professors, along with streaming and building up the curriculum and things like that. But we're really excited about that, because our learning experience has to continue. And we don't want our children to leave online schooling for more children, and we send them to a Negro university, because these historically Black colleges, a lot of these are built on European bases and curriculum. They tell you what to do, and they keep you just that historically Black or historically Negro. They do not educate you into anything further. So we don't want to work really, really hard to teach you about who you are, and then you leave here and then try to do something different. So we are extending that information, and we're really excited about that right now. And I'm just ecstatic, period, to do things in our own communities. And so you just, people are going to have their opinions or whatever concept. If you're not here to help us, just get out of the way, because, we don't need any negative energy. We're not working on a very strong vibration, and either you're here to help us or you're not. That is the bottom line.
Prime Minister, could you speak a little bit about the focus of the university, the studies?
Yes. So, So what our university is dealing with: divine medicine, science, and law. So those are our three basics, and then of course we have some minor courses. But that's what. So we're really working on a holistic approach of learning about taking care of ourselves. So when you leave at our university, you'll have a degree on being able to take care of yourself. We're also teaching about true science, the real science, because Prophet Noah told us we were scientists. So we're talking about the real Scientology from us, not from somebody else. And we're also going to be teaching you different things too. We're going to have different curriculums on different things, but we're going to do the law. We're going to teach you about true law. We're going to tell you about the real law, how to deal with natural law, and how you and natural law go hand in hand. All right, because there's a lot of things that are written in these congressional records and the constitutions and different, all types of different treaties and informational that you don't know about, and you don't know how to use it because you're not taught correctly. And so that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that we are a community to take care of ourselves. And we are a nation. The prophet said, until you are a nation, you are nothing. So how are you going to go around claiming things if you don't even have a nation to build from to claim it? You have to have a head. You have to have a way to do this. And we want to vibrate this information to you. And so we want to give it to you the right way, lawfully, and we want to do it the right way. All right? Islam. With that, I yield the floor back to Dr. Nayola. Did I answer your question, Sarah? Did I cover what you wanted me to cover?
Yes, I should.
All right, I should.
Well, we're coming towards the end, and I wanted anyone who has, last comments or anything you want to add. I mean, this has been a very informative session, and I believe that, for most folks in the chat, they're loving what they're hearing. And I know that even though we don't have a lot of people on the live, this is going to, I want everybody to share this because it needs to be shared. Some folks can't come on. A lot of folks look at it on Wednesday or later on Tuesday nights, but this is something everybody knows someone with children, with young ladies. And so, they need to hear this. They need to know that this this opportunity is available for their, for their children, their nieces, their whoever they have that they care for their young people, their young ladies in their life, especially if you have. And have you had? And I know you haven't been together that long, but have you had any maybe difficult? That's what I want to. Maybe where a parent gets their daughter involved, but maybe she's a teen and she's already kind of experiencing the being a little bit out of control and so forth. If parents have children or daughters in that situation, are you still welcoming them in to assist them with getting them on the right track?
Oh, definitely so. Definitely so. At Sista Sistah, we call our parents weekly and check in. Our den mothers call them and see how the young ladies are doing, to see if there's anything that we can assist. We are here to uplift the full nation. So we welcome young parents, young goddesses, single parents. We take them all. There's no discrimination when it comes to that. I see there's in the comment, Pure Soul Bay said, you must be an active parent in more school, not an online daycare. Okay, LOL. That is absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct, because those parents who want to step back or they lean back, that's okay to do so, but you will definitely receive a call from us, because we need you to actively participate in your child's life. And if you need assistance, we let them know that you can reach out to us anytime, ask for assistance, and we will do anything we can to help, even those who don't have anywhere to stay. And that's why we have our safe houses.
Absolutely.
Right. So speaking of that, if this is your first safe house, so if someone has a situation and they're in another state and you now really have just the one safe house, are you opening this up to women and children, or women alone, or how is this working?
Women and children.
Women and children.
Women and children. And what we will do is we will send for them to get to the safe house. And some of the things when I first started the year that just passed, when I didn't have the safe house yet, I was taking fiat and putting them into hotels and connecting them with other organizations to have some place to go. Now what we can do is put them up overnight. If they haven't get there, get them a bus ticket or a train ticket or whatever, and bring them from where they are to the safe house. That's why we need donations. That's why we need ways to keep this moving, because we don't care where you are, what territory you're in. We want to make sure we're able to assist you. And like I said, our ultimate goal is to get a safe house in every territory, at least.
And will there be a limit to how long they are in that's in the safe house? I mean, is there a transition to move them into permanent housing, or is that just maybe temporary?
So, that's funny, Sarah and I was just having that conversation. And so we're looking at maybe 3 to 6 months. I think all of us was on the line, all the officers, but 3 to 6 months, maybe, depending on their situation. 3 to 6 months, because by then we should have them, getting something started on their own, being able to make sure that physically they're well, mentally they're, into some type of counseling with us and helping them find housing. Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely.
All right. Wow, this has been a wonderful interview. It's been, I want you to keep me informed so I can keep our I'm going to call them something else. The participants, the chat room folks, I don't know what to call them. They're the crew. They're the crew. They actually are they keep this thing going. And so, they pick and choose sometimes what interests them. And I want to say this at towards the very end, is that a lot of times, if we're not necessarily specifically talking about nationality or birthright, if there's nobody that they know is talking about that, you have a lighter participation, but then they find out that they missed a great show. So they just get to look at it in, when it's in the replay. But all of this is us. All of this has to do with the total package. It's not just the paperwork, but it is, like you said, it's the shadow work. It is the other, it's the other work that you have to do, the holistic work for your own self. It's all of those things together, and too many people are off balance, and because they're one-sided in their focus. And so I tried to bring a variety of guests on this platform, and I'm so glad as such that you all were able to come and share with us today about what you're doing. And I didn't know how I was going to feel today, whether I was going to be like, could I have a conversation, because I don't know enough about it. But this has been a wonderful presentation. And so I commend you all for the work you're doing. And I hope that those who are either seeing this or seeing this in replay, that you will contact, that you'll reach out and connect, with what they're doing. You got 3 groups, all in with multiple participation. You got Adores of Durriyyah League, Ladies of the Light, and Sista Sistah Healing come together, working together for a common cause. And so, I said, I commend you all and hope that, when you come back, you say, look, we got so many sisters and so many young ladies a part of this. Now we have to do XYZ because, we got that many. So, yeah. And I'm not sure if you didn't say this, but are you, as we close, are you looking for other sisters to be involved, like say practitioners or counselors or so forth, that might be able to assist you all? Because as numbers may grow, you may have to have large groups or split groups.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
The forces of the divine feminine. We are connected. That's
We're
what the name is
looking
all
for
about.
instructors.
Forces of, the feminine energy. We are certainly looking for instructors. We're looking for practitioners. We're looking for mothers and daughters and those who feel like they need help. Those who feel like they lost their way and they don't know what direction they want to go. I want to say this in closing. On Facebook, someone had something posted that just was so, to me, one of the most powerful statements that could be made. It's a sister in the mirror. And on one side of the mirror, she's the around the way girl, it says, I'm a bad bitch, on the back. And then the mirror, she sees this beautiful empress that she's transferred into. She's gone from the street, to the more elite. She is proud with her head wrapped in her garb on, and she's got the same attitude, but a whole different way. It's elevated. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is so powerful, because that's what we want, no matter what your condition is. The prophet said, if you think your conditions can be better, right? So we want you, in whatever condition you are in, to better that condition, because we know we hurt. We know we struggling. We know some of us are trying, and some of us just lost our way. But we're here to help. If they told you there was no help, they lied to you. We're here to help.
It's love.
It's listen. Thank you all for being a part of Office Hours with Dr. G. Is there anything else I could do? As I told you, Prime Minister, I'm working with the elders, so we'll probably want to do a connect. They'll be coming forth soon, the war. So that's another layer, because we them old people. Look, I'm calling them. I think I'm the
elder. You are a elder mother.
I think I'm the elder mother in this group, probably. I don't think any of you.
And then I'm right underneath you. I'm right there with you.
Right. But still, these elders are real elders. We talking 80s and 90s. They're the real elders. So I'm looking forward to bringing them on the platform and sharing their, sage, if you will, wisdom. But thank you for what you're doing and how you are bringing and preparing the young women. That's so important, because we have to stop letting them educate, using the media and social media and all CRT and everything else they're doing. We have to put a stop to that. We have to, we need to shield them from that bombardment. And so, yes, good food and clean things in their mind and into their system, their mind, body, spirit is the whole thing, the whole package. And you all are offering that, and I am happy to be able to present you all to my audience. That's who y'all are.
And we love you.
I love you.
We love you so much.
You got a request in the chat to make sure you leave a link to where they can donate or contribute to the Safe House, because it's amazing and they will absolutely support.
Did I have a link for that? Was that?
Well, I think I just said it, but I didn't give it to you. It was a cash app at Doors of Durriyyah League. It was a cash.
I tried to put it in, but I couldn't do the private chat.
So it support. Let me say, y'all, before I go out here. Safe House is cash.me/$ Daughters of Durriyyah League.
Yes.
DAUGHTERS.
Beautiful, and we thank you so much in advance.
Okay. I'm going to add this banner. Yeah. Is that daughters?
Oh no,
Right.
not no, me is not in there. Oh,
Who's
no,
not in
no
there?
me.
That's correct.
That's cash. That's how you get to cash.
That's correct.
Oh,
That's
okay. I never put it in like that.
It's
I've never done it like
cash.me
that.
/
Oh, got you.
but if they get, they know that if they're Cash App, they know that they need to have the $ and Daughters of Durriyyah. But if you want the whole link, that is the link.
Got you.
Yeah, that is
All
that is
right.
the link.
I'm learning something. Thank you, Dr. Naila. I didn't know that.
That's okay, y'all. Yeah, all right. So we going out. And I save my little promo for my stuff at the very end. So that's what I'm gonna do. And again, thank you all for coming on and being a part of and sharing all of this wonderful information with us. And hopefully you'll be inundated and with requests to be a part of the sister, daughters of Durriyyah, and ladies of light. We're gonna believe that tonight and afterwards you're gonna get an overabundance, and not only that, of support for what you're doing, because we need places. People are all over. I get calls almost every day about someone in need of somebody being displaced, and somebody distressed over their children not being let's say kidnapped from them and all that. So you all are going to be addressing all that, and we appreciate that. We appreciate what you do. Keep on doing what you're doing, and thank you so very much. Thank you. Really, really do appreciate y'all for coming on the show. So we're going out, just going to get my little holistic product, let them know about Dr. G, inviting you to get your Chokeberry Plus today. It is that amazing berry, high in antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antiviral properties. It supports and balances the blood pressure, the blood sugar, weight, and cholesterol. Yes, you can get a 2-month supply today by texting CB3L to 302-345-0500. That's CB3L to 302-345-0500, and get on the path to wellness today. You'll be glad you did.
Dr. G. Really? Oh shit. Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Oh shit. Yeah, that's me. Dr. G. Really? Oh shit. Yeah, that's me.